Good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another edition of Sports Legends Paving the Way for Us. The legacy lives on. The person that I'm talking about today is the great Lou Alcindor. You trying to figure out who am I talking about? He changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, it used to be Lou Alcindor. Now it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He is arguably the greatest basketball player that has ever lived. Why do I say that? He was the number one player in grade school in the country. He was the number one player in high school in the country. He was the number one player in college in the country. And at one point, he was the number one player in the world for the NBA. He dominated on every single level. In high school, he was a phenom, the first athletic 7-footer from New York, a living legend at Rucker Park. Then he went to play for UCLA to win 3 straight national championships. And he was the most dominant player. He went undefeated and lost 1 game to Elvin Hayes. Yes, the great Lou Alcindor. Then he was the number 1 pick in the draft. Played 20 years in the NBA, 19 All-Star games, 6 MVP awards, 6-time champion. Just had the greatest shot. To this day, the hook shot is the greatest shot that the game has ever seen. No one could block it. It was unstoppable. And to the day, he has all the major records in the NBA. Played 20 solid years. And he's the number 1 scoring leader in all of basketball. He was great in a lot of political issues. He fought for a lot of things. His faith was Muslim. And he stood for a lot to help the urban community. Best friends with Jim Brown. Best friends with Muhammad Ali. Best friends with all the other greats in the early 60s, late 70s. A pioneer in his right time. The great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Look at more with this great legend. Now we're going into another segue of the great Bob Gibson. You know, we talked about basketball. Now we got to talk about the great baseball players of our time. Bob Gibson was one of the greatest pitchers of our era. He dominated the game. He had a 251 victories with only 74 losses. He had an ERA under 3, 2.91. He had 3,177 strikeouts, and he was a 9-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner. And he had one of the hardest throwing pitches that intimidated guys all over. He won World Series, 2 World Series, and he was an intimidator. He not only played baseball at a high level, he also was a great basketball player. Did you know he played a couple stints with the great Harlem Globetrotters? Yes. Honorary Globetrotter, the great Bob Gibson. He barnstormed all over playing in many different cities, playing the game of basketball. Not only was he a great baseball player, he just was a great athlete, period. He changed the game for African American pitchers, and he changed the game for intimidating people. He would always throw high into the chest to get you off the plate so you can be intimidated by him. And then they hit you with that nasty breaking ball. But he was a great guy, great pitcher, and he also spoke on a lot of the issues that was plaguing our communities. The great Bob Gibson. Look him up. Learn more about him. Learn about how he thinks, how he sees life, and how he's helped many people. Bob Gibson, a pioneer. Let's continue to celebrate our legends of yesterday. Love you, Facebook family. Have an outstanding week.
It takes a village. Please support Choo Smith Youth Empowerment by making your donation today. It only takes 1 click and 1 stroke. You can save a child's life. Again, please support Choo Smith Youth Empowerment by clicking on the link below. Thank you so much, and have a great day.